Alright, we are here. We just pulled up to the house. Gonna go in. There's a couple of long boxes packed full with comics. I saw very little, and they just came to the door. And hello, how you doing? What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel, and we have another collection buy, and this one was a blast. So in this video here, I'm going to actually go over with you guys the big books that I got in this collection, what I paid for, and the potential profit off of this collection. Now, if you do want to see my reaction to uncovering these books in person, make sure to check out at the end of the video. I'm going to put a end reel where you can look at the live feed of me going through the books. We did it live on Friday night. It was a whole lot of fun. Had some pretty good reactions. Oh, snap. Okay. All right. Definitely go check it out. Skim through it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. But before we get into this collection here, don't forget, check out the links below for where I sell comics on Instagram, eBay, Shortboxed, and whatnot, all that jazz. Also, feel free to send me a direct message if you're interested in anything in particular. So, the backstory on this collection, how did I get it? Well, through work and my networking through real estate agents. I run into a lot of people that are on the verge of selling their houses. And when that happens, people need to get rid of stuff. So long story short, an agent contacted me via Facebook and said they had acquired about 2 long boxes of comics, and they sent me a photo of it, very, very limited view, and it was pretty much nothing but, from what I could see, modern, unbagged, unboarded books. So the story was from them. They just wanted to get rid of it. They didn't know anything about it, so they asked me to come over and take a look. Alright, we are here. We just pulled up to the house. Gonna go in. There's a couple of long boxes packed full with comics. I saw very little, and they just came to the door. And hello, how you doing? Okay, well, deal is done. That took all of about 3 minutes. Offered them $150. Nothing's bagged or boarded. It's pretty much all modern stuff. Alright, so just kind of a glimpse of the aftermath here. The deal obviously is done. We had 2 long boxes full of books, mostly modern, as you can see. So remember, if you want to see the reaction video, the live unboxing of this, check out on the end reel of this video. That video there, it was a lot of fun, but this is kind of how we have it separated. So this here is probably going to get bulked out. This is either runs or keys that was pulled from here, and we're going to go over that now to find out if I overpaid. Now let's get into the fun part. What did we get from this? Was it a good decision? What's the potential value? What are the bigger books that we uncovered in this collection? So this is about 18 books of what I would consider minor to some of them major keys that are worth at least maybe around the $10 range or higher. So we're going to go through those right now, the significance of them, the minimum value based off of the price. Let's go. So this one here, we have Avengers World number 9. So this book is actually one of those tied first appearances, I believe, for Azari T'Challa, which is the son of T'Challa. And a few of his books heated up towards when Black Panther was coming out. A lot of them actually I have, as well as the 1 in 25 variant of that book. I think it's a great investment book for down the line. This one right here is definitely part of Azari T'Challa's early key appearances, and I would say this book right here, in its condition, is about a $20 book. All right, next one we have a Guardians of the Galaxy number 1. This is the new Guardians team, the team that we all know and love. And this right here in its condition, again, about a $10 book. Stuff like this will be selling on my whatnot when I do my next sale. So again, don't forget to check out the description links below for that. Next up we have Mighty Avengers number 1. This is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau as Spectrum. So it's still not exactly clear if she's going to take on the moniker of Spectrum or Photon in the movie. But again, this has been a key of hers that's been selling consistently for a couple of years, since WandaVision came out, really. And I would definitely put that around the $12 to $15 range. That one's in probably like a VF Plus condition. All right, next up, we have Marvel Now .1, not that one that you're thinking of. Now this book here, this is one of those keys that I barely consider it a key. It's technically the first cover appearance of America Chavez. And you can barely see it. She's slanted on another comic book that's on the cover of this comic book. So she's on the cover of a cover, and it's slanted like this, and you can kind of see her peeking out the corner. It's a poor excuse for a key, if you ask me, but it does go for about $10 to $12 in decent condition, which this one is here. We have Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is the Dan Slott volume here. This is the first cameo appearance of Cindy Moon, who later becomes Silk. That one's in pretty good condition. That's roughly a $15 book in that condition. We have a Miss Marvel #1. This is the second printing. Of these earlier printings, this is definitely one of the better ones. I want to say something like the 7th or the 8th printing is really, really good. It's like a sketch variant 8th printing, but really low print run. But this is actually a lower print run, I believe, than the #1. So this does go for a little bit more. This one I would put it in about, with a press and a clean, a near mint minus condition, and that's about a $20 book there. All right, we saw some glimpses of Miles, and I had a whole lot of hopes for certain books to pop up in here. This was one I suspected might pop up, and it did. This is Spider-Man #1. This is Miles Morales' second ongoing solo series after the all-new Spider-Man, the one that, fetches all the cash. But this is a really cool book, and this is one that I might keep because, well, I already have the all-new Spider-Man in a 9.8. I got a couple Ultimate Fallout 4s, and I have his #1s of a couple of his other series. So I am missing this one. I don't know. May keep it, may not. I would say it's probably near mint minus condition, and it's about a $20 book. We have a Nova #1. This is the first appearance of Sam Alexander as Nova. This right here in a near mint minus condition, as it is probably around a $12 to a $15 book. Right, next up, we had an Avengers Arena #1. This right here has a lot of first appearances, but I think the one that gives it the most value is the first appearance of Cullen Bloodstone. This is the youngest sibling or youngest brother of Elsa Bloodstone, who appeared in the Werewolf by Night special, which was fucking awesome. So definitely a $15 book here in this condition, about a near mint minus, and definitely something that I think could be relative with her now being in the MCU. It was great. I know a lot of people want to see way more of that style and that horror aspect of Marvel. I can't wait for it. So me being the horror collector that I am, I may or may not sell that. All right, next up, in that Guardians run, which we had almost the entire thing, I think. I think we did have the entire run. But we had a Guardians of the Galaxy issue #5. This is the first full appearance of Angela in the Marvel Universe. Her first appearance in comics is Spawn #9 that a lot of people know about. This is her first full appearance in Marvel. She has another cameo appearance that is Avengers Age of Ultron book 10, but this one right here is roughly about a $15 book in the near minus condition that it is. All right, one of the best finds definitely in the collection was Ghost Rider #1. This is the first appearance of Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider. Really awesome book. Can be pretty pricey. This one, unfortunately, is probably in the VF to the VF minus condition. So in a near mint copy, near mint plus copy, you're probably looking at around an $80 book. In a VF minus condition, I would cut that in half. I would say in this condition, $40 is probably a fair price for this one here. And this here was so awesome. I had a pretty good reaction to this in the video as well. In this collection was definitely one of the most modern, or most iconic rather, modern runs in comics, and that was the first full arc, almost in its completion, of Thor, God of Thunder, the Jason Aaron run, the one that Taika Waititi completely just shit all over. Hey, it doesn't matter what happened, it's still a great run, it's a great read if you haven't read it. So when I started coming across some of these books here, I was extremely pleased. So I would say within that first Gore, 1 through 10 or so issues, all of those are at least a $10 book. But here are the ones that I wanted to pull for this video. We had number 8, which is an amazing Gore cover there. We had number 6, another awesome Gore cover. We had number 5. This is the origin of Gore, the God Butcher. So good key there, plus a badass cover. We had number 4. This right here is the first full appearance of Old Man Thor, and this is actually the second appearance of Gore the God Butcher. And of course, we also had the number 1, the Star of the Iconic run, again in this condition, probably a near mint copy. This one's actually in really good shape, probably about a $15 book here. What's upsetting is out of this whole run, I think number 3 was missing, which is the first appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. That kind of sucked, having almost the entire thing and missing that one. But you know what makes up for that? First appearance of Gore the God Butcher in about a near mint minus to a VF Plus copy. I would say in that condition, this is probably about a $50 book here. Super happy to have this entire read in paper format. I read it on the Marvel Unlimited app. And then we had the biggest book of the night. So the biggest key, as well as also was in good condition, was Marvel Now, .1, the first appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, and also cover appearance as well. There she is right there. So this thing in about a near mint minus condition, which playing it safe, I'll say near mint minus. This thing here is probably about a $65 to $70 book, by itself. So was super thrilled to run into that one. That's about it. Everything that I left unbagged and unboarded is going to end up getting bulked out to probably a comic dealer or a comic shop or something like that. And then the stuff that I have bagged and boarded is going to be sold from me. And that's it. I'm really happy with how this purchase turned out. It wasn't the greatest collection buy in the world, but it's definitely going to be profitable, and it's definitely going to fill some of my wants in my personal collection. So I want to hear from you guys below. What did you think of this buy? Do you think my pricing is off? I don't know. Criticize me. I don't care. It's fine. But that'll do it for this, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Don't forget, on Thursday nights, we try to do the Into the Void podcast with our friend of the channel, Wormwood Comics, Reverend Wormwood. I think we're going to do one. Actually, this Thursday, we might be doing one that is a CGC unboxing. So I might have a live CGC unboxing. I'll know for sure by the end of today if it ships out from CGC. If it does, it'll be here by Thursday. So that'll do it, guys. Thanks so much. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you on the next one.